Have you ever woken up with swollen ankles, puffy eyes, or a crushing tiredness that no amount of sleep can fix and quietly told yourself, this is just getting older? What if those normal mornings are actually an early warning that your kidneys are struggling silently right now? I'm Dr. Richard Hale. And here's the urgent truth most Americans over 50 never hear until it's too late. Kidney damage rarely hurts. There's no alarm, no sharp pain. It creeps in quietly month after month while you keep living your life. And by the time a lab report finally waves a red flag, a dangerous amount of function may already be gone. Now listen closely, because this is where the story changes. Your kidneys do their deepest repair work at night during the exact hours you think you're resting. That nighttime window is when inflammation drops, cells recover, and your filters try to reset for the next day. But one small habit can sabotage that repair, and it happens at the dinner table. I've met seniors who cut salt, drank more water, and ate clean, yet their creatinine still climbed. Not because they didn't care, not because they were careless, because the foods they chose in the evening were working against their kidneys' natural healing rhythm. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 4 simple, science-backed vegetables that can support kidney detox and repair while you sleep. One of them is so kidney safe that even many people with advanced disease can still enjoy it, yet almost nobody talks about it. And before we finish, I'll expose 3 common mistakes that quietly cancel the benefits even when you're doing everything else right. Stay with me. What you're about to hear could change what you eat tonight and how you feel when you wake up tomorrow. Now let's start with the first overnight kidney defender. Most people underestimate leafy greens. I'm talking about spinach, kale, and arugula foods that look harmless on your plate, but can support your body's cleanup systems while you sleep. I'll never forget a 67-year-old woman who told me, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right, but I wake up feeling heavy. Puffy eyes, tight socks, leaving deep marks, and that foggy, drained feeling by 10 a.m. Her labs weren't terrible yet, and that's exactly why this stage is so dangerous. You still have time to change the trajectory before the numbers turn scary. Here's why leafy greens earn a spot at dinner. First, they're rich in chlorophyll, the green plant pigment that can bind to certain compounds in the gut and may help reduce the recycling of unwanted byproducts back into the bloodstream. Less recirculation can mean less workload for your kidney filters overnight. Second, leafy greens deliver antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin A that help protect the delicate blood vessels feeding your kidneys. When those tiny vessels stay flexible, filtration stays smoother, and that matters more as we age. Third, and this is the part most seniors never hear about, magnesium. Many adults over 60 don't get enough, and magnesium helps regulate fluid balance and blood pressure signaling that affects kidney strain. 2 cups of cooked spinach can provide roughly 30 to 40% of daily magnesium needs for many people, depending on your overall diet. If you've ever noticed morning swelling, this is one reason leafy greens can be a smart food-first upgrade that doesn't feel extreme. And there's a bonus: most kidney detox videos skip blood sugar. The fiber in leafy greens slows how fast glucose rises after dinner, which matters because repeated sugar spikes are linked with faster kidney wear over time. So keep it simple. Aim for 1 to 2 cups of lightly steamed greens, about 2 to 3 minutes, no boiling into mush, or a small fresh salad with olive oil and lemon. If you've been told to restrict potassium, get personalized limits, but don't assume all greens are automatically off limits. Now, detox is only step 1, because even if you lower toxin load, silent inflammation can still squeeze kidney blood flow. And the next vegetable is the one most people overlook for that exact reason. Leafy greens help lower the toxin load, but here's the problem most seniors don't realize. Even when you eat clean, your kidneys can still lose ground if silent inflammation is tightening the tiny blood vessels that feed those filters. That's where cabbage becomes a surprise hero, cheap everywhere in America and quietly powerful for aging kidneys. I think of a retired truck driver I met in his early 70s who swore he didn't eat junk. Yet he kept waking up puffy with blood pressure creeping higher and energy slipping lower. He wasn't in a dramatic crisis, which is exactly why he was at risk, because slow damage feels like nothing until it isn't. Cabbage works on what I call the kidney delivery system circulation. Chronic low-grade inflammation can stiffen and irritate the microscopic vessels that bring blood to your kidney filters, and less blood flow means less effective filtration over time. Red cabbage is especially interesting because it contains anthocyanins, the same deep pigments found in berries linked in nutrition research to lower markers of inflammation and oxidative stress. And here's what makes cabbage stand out compared to many healthy vegetables. It's naturally low in potassium, which is a big deal for people with declining kidney function who can't always handle high potassium foods safely. Cabbage also brings folate, a B vitamin, tied to healthy blood vessels. Why does that matter? Because as kidney function slips, homocysteine can rise in the bloodstream. And elevated homocysteine is associated with vascular damage, exactly the kind of slow, silent wear that can reduce kidney perfusion. 1 cup of cooked cabbage gives you a meaningful folate boost without loading your kidneys with minerals they may struggle to clear. Add the fiber and you get another win. It slows the flow of waste products into your blood overnight, so your kidneys aren't hit with sudden surges while they're trying to repair. Make it practical, about 1 cup with dinner cooked until tender. If you bloat easily, steam sautéed with olive oil and garlic or simmered into soup. Start small, build consistency, and keep sodium low so you don't erase the benefit. But inflammation control is only one layer of protection, because the next vegetable doesn't just reduce damage, it helps your kidney cells switch on their own internal defense system, and most people have never heard that part. Cabbage helps cool the fire around kidney blood vessels, but there's another step that's even more protective, helping kidney cells defend themselves before damage happens. That's why the third vegetable is broccoli, and yes, it matters how you cook it. I remember a man in his late 60s who told me, "Doc, my labs bounce, but I feel worse every year." He wasn't careless. He was caught in a pattern most people never notice: multiple medications. Stress and ultra-processed foods create daily oxidative pressure, and the kidneys take that hit silently until the repair system starts falling behind. Broccoli contains a natural compound called sulforaphane. Think of it like flipping on your body's built-in defense mode. Research links sulforaphane with activating protective pathways, often discussed as the NRF2 response, that increase antioxidant enzymes, the tools your cells use to neutralize damaging molecules before they scar tissue. In plain English, broccoli doesn't just help clean up after harm, it helps your kidneys build armor. And that matters most at night when your body shifts into repair mode and kidney cells are literally trying to patch microscopic wear and tear from the day. There's another layer. Many kidney detox videos skip the gut-kidney connection. Broccoli's fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, and a healthier gut environment is associated with fewer uremic toxins being produced and absorbed. Less toxin production means less waste reaching the kidneys, period. Quick question: have you ever tried eating healthy, yet your morning swelling or fatigue didn't change? If that sounds familiar, leave a comment, because I've read them all, and this detail often explains why progress feels stalled. Here's the key: don't boil broccoli into soft, dull sadness. High heat and long cooking can reduce the very compounds you're eating it for. Lightly steam it for about 3 to 5 minutes so it stays bright and slightly crisp, or roast it quickly with olive oil, garlic, and herbs. Aim for about 1 cup a few nights per week. If you're on a potassium restriction, get your personal limit and adjust portions, not assumptions. But knowing this still isn't enough, because even if you detox the blood, calm inflammation, and strengthen kidney cells, toxins can still boomerang back into circulation unless the next vegetable blocks that loop. Broccoli helps your kidney cells switch on internal defense, but there's one more problem that can sabotage everything even when you're doing it right. Toxins don't always leave the body on the first pass. Some get processed by the liver, dumped into the gut, and then if your digestion is sluggish or your fiber is low, they can be reabsorbed and sent right back into the bloodstream like a boomerang. That means your kidneys end up filtering the same waste twice. And for older adults, that repeat workload is where fatigue, morning heaviness, and creeping lab changes can quietly accelerate. That's why the fourth vegetable is cauliflower. And I know it sounds almost too simple. I had a patient in her early 70s who told me, "I stopped bananas, I cut back on tomatoes, I'm scared of potassium. So I feel like I'm running out of vegetables." She was frustrated and honestly a little hopeless. Cauliflower gave her something rare, a vegetable that's gentle, flexible, and often lower in potassium than many common healthy options, meaning it can fit into more kidney-sensitive diets without the same fear factor. Here's the science in plain terms. Cauliflower is packed with fiber that acts like a natural barrier in the gut. Fiber helps trap waste compounds and guides them out, reducing the chance they get reabsorbed into circulation. Less reabsorption can mean less toxin load reaching your kidneys overnight, especially during that late evening repair window, when your body's trying to reset inflammation and restore balance. Cauliflower also contains vitamin C, an antioxidant that helps protect tissues from oxidative damage, and folate, which supports detox pathways and healthy blood flow. You don't need perfection, just consistency. Make it easy. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower at dinner is a strong starting point. Steam it until tender, roast it quickly with olive oil and garlic, mash it as a potato swap, or rice it as a lighter, kidney-friendlier base. Fresh or frozen, both work. Frozen is often picked at peak ripeness and can be a budget win. If cruciferous veggies cause gas, start smaller, cook it thoroughly, and increase gradually. But here's the twist: these vegetables aren't 4 separate tips. Their real power shows up when you understand how they work together like a coordinated overnight system, and that's what we're unlocking next. Here's where most kidney-friendly food advice fails. It treats foods like isolated tips, as if one salad or one superfood can undo years of strain. But your kidneys don't work in isolated pieces. They function like a system, especially at night. And when these 4 vegetables show up consistently at dinner, they don't just help, they coordinate. Think of it like a 4-step overnight repair crew that supports your kidneys from multiple angles while you sleep. Leafy greens start the process upstream. Their chlorophyll and fiber help lower the amount of irritating waste compounds that keep circulating, and their magnesium supports the fluid balance signals that affect swelling and filtration pressure. Then cabbage steps in like vascular protection. If inflammation is narrowing the tiny blood vessels feeding your kidney, filters cabbage's anti-inflammatory compounds and folate support healthier circulation, so the kidneys actually receive the blood flow they need to filter smoothly. Broccoli goes deeper inside the kidney cells. Its sulforaphane is linked with activating protective pathways that boost your own antioxidant enzymes, helping kidney tissue resist oxidative stress during the exact hours your body is focused on repair. And cauliflower finishes the loop in the gut. Its fiber helps prevent that toxin boomerang, reducing reabsorption, so your kidneys aren't forced to filter the same waste twice. I've watched this click for people who felt stuck. One couple in their late 60s told me they were tired of random healthy eating, so they tried a simple rule-built dinner around one of these vegetables every night: greens one night, cabbage the next, broccoli, then cauliflower, and repeat. Nothing extreme, no expensive powders. Within a few weeks, they reported less morning puffiness and steadier energy. That doesn't replace medical care, but it's exactly how real change usually begins: quietly, consistently, and in alignment with your body's nighttime repair rhythm. Quick check-in: can you picture doing a 4-night rotation like that? If yes, type yes in the comments, because I genuinely read them, and it tells me you're serious about protecting your kidneys long-term. Now here's the hard truth: even the best routine can be completely canceled by 3 common mistakes most seniors make every evening without realizing it. And the last one is the most dangerous, because it's the one that decides whether progress sticks or quietly slips away. That 4-vegetable rotation can be powerful, but here's the uncomfortable reality: most people cancel the benefits without realizing it and then blame their bad kidneys or bad luck. I see it constantly. A 72-year-old gentleman once told me, "Doc, I eat vegetables every night." Then he showed me how boiled until gray, drenched in bottled sauce, and eaten only when he remembered. His intention was perfect. The execution was quietly working against him. Mistake number 1 is overcooking. The very compounds you're relying on, chlorophyll in greens, anthocyanins in red cabbage, and sulforaphane in broccoli, are sensitive. When broccoli is boiled for 10 minutes until it turns dull and mushy, you lose a big chunk of what makes it protective. You don't need gourmet cooking, you need gentle heat. Light steaming for a few minutes keeps color, texture, and the parts your kidneys actually use during overnight repair. Mistake number 2 is hidden sodium, and this one is brutal because it feels harmless. You eat the vegetables, then you drown them in soy sauce, seasoning blends, store-bought dressings, or healthy marinades. Sodium pulls water into the bloodstream, raises pressure, and forces your kidneys to work overtime, correcting fluid balance. If you've ever noticed your rings feel tight or your socks leave deep marks, ask yourself, is it the vegetable or the sauce? If you've done this, type sauce in the comments, because you're not alone, and fixing it can change everything. Mistake number 3 is inconsistency, and it's the most dangerous because it's invisible. Kidneys don't respond to a single good dinner. They respond to repeated signals. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Doing it once a week doesn't prevent decay. Even modest portions but regularly create momentum during the nighttime repair window your body depends on. One more note, if you take blood thinners like warfarin, keep vitamin K intake steady and coordinate with your clinician. Now here's the mini hook: knowing the foods isn't enough, because the next step is the simple routine that makes this automatic on your worst days, and that routine can decide whether these gains stick or quietly disappear. Before we close, I want you to hear this clearly. If you're dealing with swelling, fatigue, or worrying kidney numbers, this is not a personal failure. Aging kidneys don't collapse overnight. They weaken slowly, quietly, and often without warning. The fact that you're watching this video tells me something important: you care, you're paying attention, and you're still very much in the window where smart, consistent choices can make a real difference. You don't need perfection. You don't need extreme diets. What your kidneys respond to most is steady support night after night in ways that work with your body instead of fighting it. Here's my practical advice as you move forward. Keep things simple. Build your dinners around foods that reduce strain instead of adding to it. Cook gently. Watch hidden sodium. Stay consistent even when motivation is low. And if you're on medications or managing advanced disease, keep your healthcare provider involved. Food is powerful, but it works best as part of a thoughtful plan. Most importantly, listen to how your body responds. Less morning puffiness, steadier energy, clearer urine. Those small signs often come before lab numbers improve, and they matter. If this video helped you understand your kidneys in a clearer, more hopeful way, please do 2 small things right now. First, save this video so you can come back to it when you need a reminder or want to share it with someone you care about. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I post new science-based kidney health guidance regularly. No hype, no fear tactics, just practical information designed to help you protect your kidneys and your independence as you age. And finally, remember this: kidneys heal slowly, but they do respond. With the right habits, the right timing, and the right information, many people see meaningful improvements over time. You are not too late. You are not alone. And as long as you keep learning and taking small, consistent steps, there is real reason for hope starting tonight.